Hi everyone, happy Wednesday. I believe this is when we're doing this. I am coloring out of 50 Easter miniatures. I know I'm a bit late, like a month late, for an Easter picture, but I've been wanting to color one of Kimberly and Jacoba's pictures like for a couple months now, and I finally kind of got in the mood to do it tonight. And I decided to do some marker blending. This is probably my biggest comfort area other than just like doing a little bit of shading. Um, I would say it's my second level of comfort. If I really want something to kind of take my focus for a while, this will do it. Wanted to show a little bit of the blending that I'm going to do. This is Amazon paper. You can blend on Amazon paper with alcohol markers. You just have to work quickly. That is the key. So in the description, I will put the colors that I use. I am using Copics, but you do not have to use Copics. You can use Ohuhu. You can use whatever alcohol markers you have at your disposal. Results may vary with water-based markers. um, the Copic thing is just, it's one of those things I indulged in due to just a lot of stress at work, and they're in a position where I'm scared to use them because they're not budget friendly, but then I also don't want them to sit there and dry out. Plus, I have the refills for them. So they also have the best color selection. I don't have the Ohuhu 320. I think I just have the 216, and these give me the best selection in various shades when I want to blend. So that is the main reason that I use them. Something is beeping and backing up outside, and I cannot control that. So hopefully nothing bad. It's probably a semi that tried to turn off my road and got stuck. No, it's my neighbor. No, it is a semi. Oh my goodness. What is he doing? Well, he's backing in his driveway. Okay, that's none of my business. Anyway, say all that to say, these little daffodils, these buttercups, whatever you want to call them, I used a 4-color range. Again, I'll have it in the description, but the darkest is kind of more of a dark yellow, and then going down to a very light yellow. And as you can see, I did speed it up a bit because I wanted to show just some different parts of this, and I did not want this to be an hour long. I know, how odd for me. So I start off with the darkest color, and then I just quickly come in with the second darkest color, and just continue to add in like that. This is not a true representation of like shadow and light, but this is just the way I like to do things. So that's what I like to do. So and it does show a little bit of lines. When I was first starting, I had a fan on and I realized that it was drying like super fast, and so you'll see me go back over with that lightest yellow to try to blend it out a little bit more. Again, blending's not perfect on Amazon paper, but again, I'm happy enough with the results. So give me just a moment. I should have known better than to drink a soda when I was trying to do a video. But you'll see me do this with the daffodils and then the squirrel. I think we just do the darkest part of the squirrel, and I picked like an orange brown color, reddish orange brown from 3 colors, dark to light, and then I used a very light kind of orange, pinkish orange for his other parts of his fur, green, different shades of green for the grass. I usually use between 3 and 4 markers. I uncap them all, I keep them in my hand, and I just put down one color, quickly swap out to that second color, just like you're seeing here, and then swap out to the first color, or the next color. And usually with the lightest shade, I may go back over everything just to blend it out a little bit more. Now again, this is sped up. I am not this fast, but you get the idea. This is generally how I like to really blend with markers on paper. I also thought I'd try some different things with this. You will see me, we will jump to a section where we actually use paint some of my King Art acrylic paint markers for the acorns because I wanted them to have a painted look because they look like they're painted, like eggs. And I also at the end add some bits and bobs with like gel pens just to jazz things up a bit, and so on. I found just kind of a neutral Easter palette. It is bright, I guess, but maybe not as bright as I say that, but when we get to the end, it's bright. Who am I kidding? Who are we kidding? It is just, even when I try to go neutral, it just doesn't happen. Anyway. So yeah, it has been a while since I've done a color and chat. I mostly just wanted to check in. Gonna be high level about some stuff. If there's any discrepancies or issues with this video, my desktop's in the shop for the moment. Not really by me, it's sitting there, but I do believe the power supply went out. And so I'm having to use my laptop, which doesn't quite have the juice that my desktop does. So it might look a little, hopefully it doesn't look distorted. But just letting you know that for the time being, any videos I do, I'll have to do this way or using my cell phone, which is difficult in of itself because I'm old school. I prefer just using a desktop. Here I am with the greens, putting those in as well. So that's kind of what this picture is, just kind of bouncing around a little bit, showing you how I blend with markers, because I know that's pretty trendy in the community right now, but I've been kind of doing this for, shoot, actually, is it in Easter miniatures? I have another, no, that was spring miniatures. I was doing this like, I don't know, 6, 7 years ago. So it's, like I said, it's just something I enjoy doing. And as long as I'm willing to work quickly, if I'm lazy, I will just use like one color and then either outline it and that color layered back over to give it a slightly darker tone, or I will use the next color up to outline it. That's kind of my lazy, give it some dimension kind of way of doing things. But yeah, so it's been a time, obviously. I if you haven't been around a while, if you're new to the channel, welcome. I'll try to save the heavy stuff for the end, but my mom had gotten really, she had been sick for a while. She actually made it 2 years when they only thought she had 6 months left. And she got a lot worse back in March. And briefly, very briefly, about a week, went on hospice and kind of surprisingly passed away. And I mean, not surprisingly, but like we didn't expect such a short hospice situation. But it really, nothing like that is very is great, but I will say, she passed away in her sleep. It was very peaceful. Um, and I'm glad that she didn't have to go through gradually getting worse and things like that. I would have gladly taken the time with her, would give anything for it, but I am grateful that she didn't have to go through that. So, um, can't talk too much more about it at that point. Her and my dad had been married for 46 years, or I think it was going to be 47 this year, and my dad's obviously taking it very hard, and my brother who lived with them as well. Um, I had taken FMLA leave. I planned to anyway because work was causing a lot of flare ups with my health, and then that happened, so I was already tapping a dry well. All that came up. I took time. Um, I took that time expecting to spend it with her, and I spent, most of it trying to learn how to live life without her. And yeah, okay, I'll save all that for the end. I said I was going to, but it has just been, it's been adjusting, and we, it's been very like oddly busy. Um, I've been trying to, when something like this happens, it really, it's, they always, say hindsight is 2020 and all that, but like, I carry, I guess, a lot of frustration and anger for having so much going on that I don't, you never feel like you spend enough time with somebody, but because of my health issues and because of the stress from like work and stuff, I don't feel like I spent as much time with my mom as I should have and as I wanted to. So it's kind of really made me think a lot. And I've been trying to spend, my brother and I have been trying to spend a lot more time with our dad, um, just trying to ease him into a new normal for him as well as us. And so I've been, going and staying at my parents' house, at my dad and brother's house a lot. Um, During all this, I've been, probably about half and half between the houses up until the last few weeks. And it's just been, I'm very grateful for my husband. Um, the fact that he was here and could take care of the cats for me, so I didn't have to worry about them too. On top of everything, just um, I couldn't have done it without him. I couldn't still do it without him, I tell you. But uh, we just been doing a lot. I haven't been home very much. Um, not I've been able to color some. I it comes and goes in waves. I get to where I want to color, and then I almost get too overstimulated, and I just need to zap out for a couple of days, and just not do anything. Like just read or just sit there and stare into space and take naps, and literally have like no sensory input whatsoever. And I've been kind of alternating between that. And um, like I said, I've been at spending more time with my dad. He's been getting out, trying to do more. He is very much a stay busy kind of person. Um, and that can be hard for me because I'm a person that needs rest. So it's been a bit of a challenge, but it's probably been good for me to get out more. So I'm gonna jump here in a minute. We're gonna take a brief commercial break because we're going to, what are we doing next? Oh, we're doing that part of the squirrel. Okay, cool. So we're continuing with the squirrel. And this is 3 shades of that very light kind of pinkish orange color I was telling you about. But him and my brother started getting out and doing daily walks around the neighborhood because the weather's been nice. When I've been there, I've been going with them. Thankfully, my body has been holding up, except my right knee. Every now and then, uh, starts like just locking up, which I figured out how to minimize that, I think, and hopefully the worst of that is over. But I have been going out with them, doing increasing amounts. We did 2.5 miles, I think it was last Wednesday, and then we went to a trail at a local state park on Sunday and did 2 miles on that trail. And 2 miles on that trail was like a lot harder than on a greenway because like elevation changes and stuff like that. So um, it's been working uh, well for me too. I think it's great for my dad and my brother, and it's good for me too, honestly. Um, because I haven't had to put so much of my energy into work. I've been able to rest and really have the energy to do things like that. Um, and that has been, I think I accidentally cut the wrong section. Whoopsie doodle. Y'all won't get to see me actually paint. Or maybe you'll see me paint one egg. I don't know. We'll have to see. I think I meant to cut this section, and I cut the section where I was painting with the uh, alcohol or the paint markers. Oh well. I did say this was marker blending, so that's probably what you're mostly here for. Um, but like my husband and I got out yesterday. We did about 1.5 miles. Um, and so been increasing walking amounts and getting out. Oh no, there it is. Look at me. I did it. Yay. Okay, so here are my King Art acrylic brush pens. I just felt a wave. You ever had a cat like run underneath you and you feel that kind of brush of air and you know it was a cat? It was Reef Sheep. Where are you running to? Reef Sheep. Sorry, stuff's in your way. I can't get up and move it. You're gonna have to deal. Um, Again, really kind of changing my perspective on things that like how much energy I have, how much energy I've been putting into my job, and how I need to make some changes basically, like in terms of am I doing too much? Maybe I need to step back and look at, what I right now I just need to step back. Maybe my hope is that I will start getting some energy. I'm actually back at work now, but I'm on intermittent leave, going back 3 days a week until the end of June. And like I said, it's been nice to have the time, the energy to do things rather than just working all week and sleeping all weekend and resting and having to do that again. Um, it's been a situation where there's too much work and not enough hands. which I think is the case for just about every job right now. So I don't feel like I'm saying anything controversial here. I feel like for most people that's a problem right now. So, um, but anyway, um, so we've been walking. We also had a few like things we did. My dad's been really big on looking at different trails we can do, at least till it gets hot, like hot, hot, bad, and then at least I guess we could do them maybe in the evenings or something. And so he's been looking at different trails and coming up with some different ideas for those, and that's been fun. We've also, my brother and I did go to a convention that we had gotten event tickets for. Um, it's MTAC, which is the Middle Tennessee Anime Convention. It was in Nashville. We were going to stay at a hotel, but instead we just stayed at my, at, I'm just going to call it my parents' house. It's hard to, awkward to say, call it anything else because that's what it is. Um, and TJ's house, of course. But we stayed there and actually saved some money. So we talked about next year, we're just going to do that again. We used Uber, and that way we didn't have to worry about parking or anything. It was kind of nice. But it obviously the energy wasn't the same, but we still wanted to go. Still a good time. I have stories from that, but I'm gonna save those for another day. Um, I have some fun experiences from that to share. And we were supposed to go to the Cherry Blossom Festival in Nashville, but the parking was insane for a free event. And my brother and I went last year, and it was nothing like the experience we were having this year. So we gave up and went to the zoo at Grassmere in Nashville, Grassmere Zoo or whatever you call it, which was also busy, but at least we could find parking. And no, it was not a free event, but honestly, at that point, it was nice to go. I hadn't went in a very long time. I don't think any of us had, and I don't know if Brent's ever been. So that was nice to go. Brent's been coming along on our like weekend trips as well. When we've been doing bigger events like the trail last weekend and stuff. Um, my brother's got a convention, and my dad and I are doing their neighborhood yard sale on Saturday morning, which is gonna be like 45 degrees. Um, I guess winter ain't done yet. And I've got some things actually I need to go through tomorrow to finish up, but it was just some things. Um, and it was just something uh, like I said, my dad's been staying pretty busy and stuff, and had a lot of things, and I'm like, well, why don't we do that? Because we did it last fall in their neighborhood. It was like a neighborhood wide yard sale, and it was actually pretty successful. So that's what we're gonna do. Um, we are also gonna go to. So my birthday's in May. My husband's birthday's in May. His is May 13th. Mine is May 20th, and our anniversary is on the 16th. And that's actually when we're all going to go to the Renaissance Festival in Nashville, which is the first time we're going. Well, hopefully my husband can go. His brother's visiting from Florida, and we don't know which weekend it is. And yeah, if it's on our anniversary, it kind of stinks, but no big deal. He doesn't get to see his brother very often, so we will make it work. And but at least three of us are going to the Renaissance Festival. Now, him and his brother might go. I don't know. We'll have to see. Um, but so I was trying to think, was there anything else? I don't think so. There was another convention I was kind of thinking of, but then I was like, I don't know, the end of May. It's just May, like I said, between birthdays and anniversaries and everything else going on, it's just kind of busy. So, um, so here, by the way, where I was saying, um, brief commercial break here, um, one thing I like to do is take gel pen and put it over line art, just to give it kind of a sparkly look and just, I don't know, jazz it up a bit. I also went over the lines in the Acorns with the paint pens. You saw me do that a couple times. I don't love that look. So you'll actually see me go in with the gel pens, which I actually liked. It's a softer look. So it is something I'll keep in mind in the future, but I'm just not, I just like the line art. I'm not big on taking it out myself, though, other people do it and it looks fantastic, but I personally don't like the look of it for my stuff. So you'll see me add some gel pen in there in a minute. I also added that soft blue for a little bit of background. And, but yeah, the rest of the weekends we'll be doing probably trails. Um, Probably a good time not to be doing too much anyway because it's going to probably get hot pretty quick and I want to be able to do as many trails and stuff as possible. Um, my dad likes car shows and stuff, so him and my brother have talked about that, like different types of guy stuff, I guess. Stereotypical guy stuff. That's just not really my thing. So, um, but we're staying busy here at the house. I have taken on the project of, I have, let's rephrase that. Brent has taken on my vision of putting up all the art I've accumulated in the past like year and a half from conventions. And he's been 3D printing, like, we've bought some frames, he's 3D printed some frames, we've 3D printed hangers. I'm building walls of art and it looks great. I'm gonna share some pictures when it's closer to being done. But it's kind of been our project here. I'm behind on yard sale stuff. Um, just been busy, but not not a bad busy. And as long as I have there are gonna be days where I just feel like just garbage. Because I still do have health issues and life be life, and there are some days that grief just catches up with me, hits me in a way, and I'm just the type of person, I need to recharge when I get overwhelmed with too much in my nervous system. Sometimes I just need to zap out completely. um, I've been able to manage that pretty well. So, um, what else did I have? I scratched out like a list. Cats, that also has been a bit of a thing. Leroy, about 3 weeks ago, started really acting like he didn't feel well. I thought it was because I was gone so much. He was a COVID cat. And I've been working remote from home for like 14 years now. So he's never known me to be gone all that often. And so me being gone so much has really stressed him out. Thankfully, Winry seems to be handling it well. She's my almost 20-year-old, so she's been the one, and I'm her person. And she has heart issues, so I worry, and kidney issues, so I worry about her. But she seems to be handling it better than him. But he acted like he wasn't feeling well. And at first I thought, okay, it's the stress of being gone so much and us being gone some during the day too, which is stressing him out. Um, but that wasn't it. He really wasn't eating. I noticed he wasn't picking on Bimo playing with her. He thinks he's playing. But then it turns to bullying. Not bad, not bad, but like she'll just hiss and he'll get mad because he was trying to play with her. But he hadn't even messed with her in weeks. So that's why I was like, oh man, something's really wrong. And he's got a pretty bad liver infection and he has stenosis. And one of his teeth is, which is what I thought was the issue because he was kind of licking and pawing at his mouth some. One of his teeth needs to come out. And she said the liver and the stenosis might be kind of working to kind of fuel each other. So we've got to get the liver values normal before we can extract the tooth. And so we've been he bounced back. He's got 2 rounds of antibiotics. He bounced back for a few days, then started acting like he felt really bad again, mostly because of his mouth, and he started sneezing. And now he seems to be slowly on the mend. And he's going to be 10 this year, y'all. I can't believe it. I feel like he's been 7 years old for 3 years, 4 years now, it seems. And then Reap Cheap had that mystery abscess thing open up under his neck. The vet still doesn't know what's causing those. They've done x-rays, they've looked in there, they've checked to make sure there's no type of cancer. He's not getting in fights with other cats. It's always in the same spot. But he might just be scratching at it and infecting it. So we've been, and regular antibiotics don't work well. So we're having to go to an like heavier antibiotic. Anyway, so say all that. Here is the finished picture. I don't know why. I do know why I wait, because I just don't have time. I want to color in all these different books that I have, and and enjoy all these different artists and their work. And every time I color a page in one of their books, especially Camellia Angelcova's, I say, why am I not coloring in her books more often? This was a lot of fun. It turned out adorable. And it simply is just because I don't have the time to do as much coloring as I want. But I was really pleased with this. I think this is a good picture to finish out the month on. Um, so, but anyway, so yeah, there's been a lot of back and forth appointments with the cats too. Oh, we also had a lot of, my dad decided to adopt my truck as a project truck. I have a 98 Toyota T100 that he was actually his, and I still own it. It has 180,000 miles on it because we hardly ever, we both are at home. We don't have to get out and commute. And believe me, I realize how privileged a take that is and how lucky I am. Trust and believe. I worry about it every day because we live 2 hours away from everything. Um, and but it needed some work. It needed some TLC. We got like new tires. I had some work done. Still needs a new battery, but it got washed. It got, what was the big thing? Oh, the muffler got replaced. We knew there was a hole in the muffler. Turns out the muffler was rusted on both ends and probably was going to fall off. So we had to get a new muffler for it, and I had to get some other work done. But it is feeling maybe not brand new showroom worthy, but it's the gal's still got a little gallop left in her, no doubt, and she sounds so quiet now. And then we finally, after months and months of saying we need to do this, we need to do this, we need to do this, we traded in our 2003 Cavalier for a new vehicle. We wanted something that was newer. Both car vehicles served us well, but given their ages and the increasing issues with the Cavalier, we were worried about reliability. I've been gone so much, we really have to have two vehicles in case there's an emergency when I'm gone. And, I don't want my husband to feel trapped here. Like, he is a grown man and he has his own, should have his own vehicle and his own freedom to go and do what he wants. Um, so we got a new vehicle, a 2020 Encore, which is the same type of vehicle that my mom had, just a little different model. And I am not used to these modern cars, y'all. I really am old. And we got a backup. We got the backup camera. We've got the touch screen, not touch screen, but like the light up screen. We have where it stops to conserve gas at like red lights and stuff, and then restart. Boy, that really threw me the first time it happened because nobody told me that was going to happen, and I thought something was wrong with it. Um, I do like it though. I gotta say, it has been. nothing's making me happy right now, but like it has been a bright spot, um, a rare bright moment for me. But we've just been, I mean, like the past 2 months have just been crazy busy for me. I've probably done more in the past 2 months than I have in the last 5 years. Not counting conventions, not counting conventions. But like seriously, it is just, I have really not been able to do a lot for a long time. And I'm glad I've had the opportunity to go and do and figure out, I don't want to keep I don't want to keep just existing, right? Like I just don't want to I don't want to go back to that. So, got to figure out a different way of doing things as I go along. And so, to wrap up, since we've been sitting here staring at a picture for a while, and I want to keep this under 40, I will have completed pages probably on Saturday. I'm going to go ahead and probably record that tomorrow. There were some pages I desperately wanted to get done with the Woomer pencils, but it's just not happening. I don't think the project book with Halloween all year long for Deborah Muller, pages are still on hold. I probably won't add any more for May because I'm still working on the other ones that I'm catching up on. We'll get there one day. It will get done. I'm just picking it up as I go along. Um, and a lot of ums. Just May is going to be another busy month, and I'm hoping to get a couple pages done a week. I've had a little more energy. I don't want to say it because tomorrow I won't. But that's okay because I've had a lot of energy the last 2 days. Um, I have felt a little better overall energy wise, so maybe I'll be more apt to do things rather than not. We'll see. And yeah, that is just been a whirlwind for 2 months. And I don't think May is going to be any different. May's usually busy regardless because of all the stuff going on that month, usually, but like this May in particular is also going to be busy. And I'm glad for it. I'm grateful that I can spend the time with my dad and my brother. And it, I act like I'm not thinking about it, but I am. And I can't stay busy all the time because I need time to think about it. That's the way I'm built. I am seeing a grief counselor. I was actually seeing him prior to this, so thankful for that. Been seeing him weekly. I just, I talk to her every day. I see all kinds of signs and moments when I know she's here. Maybe not physically, but she's here. And I know she would be beyond happy that I'm doing all this and she'd be cheering me on. And had she been feeling better, she'd be doing this right along with us. But given her health issues, in the past 2 or 3 years, it was just really hard for her to go and do as much as she wanted. So, um, it's just, yeah. I could do a whole session talking about grief, how it kind of sneaks up on you, how, unfortunately, I don't think. One thing I've definitely learned is that people and society as a whole does not know how to treat grief. Not only is it so drastically different for most people, but we are very much a get over it and move on kind of society of things, and that is not how I can do things. So, but yeah, it's just I'm handling it, not handling it really, not really, but some days are just days. And, my mom always told me just do the best you can do. And she was very much it is what it is person. And I've heard her say what will be, which is really funny because I love the show From, and the intro song is Que Sera Sera, and it's a horror show, so it feels weird, but like every time I hear that song now, I think of her, and it's funny what reminds you of people. But I just every day try to at least think about it. Like I just did the best I could today, and she's like, I know she would be happy with that. And I'm just grateful for the time I had with her and my family had with her when she came home from hospice. We had some really good days, well, best we could days together. And like I said, she was fine. I'd stayed the night. My brother actually was going to be working from home the next day. I was able to tell her good night. I love her. And, see you in the morning. And I'm grateful for that. And yeah. So, okay. I told you I'd say the heavy stuff for last. That's all I will drop on you. Hopefully, I am sorry. Not sorry. I'm not sorry. Because I know there are people out there like, yes, we get it. Your mom died. But, you're just sorry. You're going to be hearing about it for a long time. And if you're not keen on that, sorry. There are 1,000 other channels out there with a lot more upbeat content. But, you know, not all of talking about her is going to be sad. Like I said, some of the stuff I just shared, like, not all of it's going to be sad, but, I'm just, anyway, that is just kind of where I'm at right now. So nothing feels normal. Nothing ever will feel normal. So I just have to learn how to do the best I can do with not normal. So anyway, on that note, hope you enjoyed most of this at least. I appreciate the opportunity to get to kind of talk to about her at the end, and you know, like I said, I enjoyed coloring this picture a lot, and um, like I said, I'll be back Saturday with finished pictures. I actually have a number because I've skipped a couple months, so I have quite a bit to show you. I'm pretty happy about that. Hopefully, maybe I will feel more like coloring as time goes on. So, thanks for watching. Thanks for all the comments. Either about other things, about coloring, about life, about things going on in your lives, about my mom. I may not be able to respond, but just know I see them and I appreciate them nonetheless. So, thanks for watching, and bye for now.